September 6th, 2007. Carlos Camacho regains consciousness. When he becomes aware, he feels very cold all around him. Not only that, he is in a very confused state of mind. All he remembers is that in the city of Victoria in Venezuela, he took his bike and went for a ride. Even though Carlos is awake, he cannot open his eyes. Moreover, he cannot move his body at all, as if he were paralyzed. Now, Carlos is starting to get very scared, but shortly after, he calms himself down. Okay, even if we can't move now, we can think. So, what's going on here? Where am I? What happened to me? He starts thinking again and again. The only thing he remembers is riding his bike happily. That's the last memory he has. Truth is always stranger than fiction. It is hard to believe that such things can happen. It seems like a lie, but these events really happened. In today's video, we are going to see such an unbelievable true incident. If you like true stories, true mysteries, true horror stories, and are a fan of these, subscribe to my channel right now. We'll post such videos regularly. Let's get into today's video. Carlos, his body is unable to move at all. His eyes are also unable to open. All he knows now is that he cannot move in a dark place. His thoughts are his only companions. So he starts thinking about the last bike ride he remembers. That's when a friend of Carlos called him to go for a bike ride. Carlos is someone who always takes his bike and goes out with his friends. But now he is 33 years old and married, so he has reduced such outings. However, his friend insisted, saying, "It's been a long time since we went out like this. The weather is also very good. Let's go." Finally, Carlos agreed. He starts recalling the route they took. He remembers riding straight on a road in Victoria City, with a right turn at the end. He remembers turning right, but nothing beyond that. It's blank. He doesn't remember anything else. After Carlos took the right turn, he can't recall anything. He starts to get confused thinking about this strange situation. That's when Carlos begins to realize something. As he is lying down, his knees are locked, his chest is pushed forward, and his hands are hanging down. Suddenly, he hears some people talking nearby. Carlos thinks, "Okay, there's someone here. I don't know what's going on, but I'm sure they'll save me." The sound he heard is now slowly coming closer to him. It seems like they are standing next to him and talking, but he can't see them. He can't open his eyes or move. When those men come near, Carlos suddenly feels a metal object pressing against his chin. Not only is it pressing, but it is also very sharp, causing unbearable pain. Due to the pain, he is crying deeply and wants to ask, "Who are you and what are you doing? Please don't do anything to me, please leave me." But he can't move or speak. After that, he hears the sound of a cutting machine running near his ear. Now Carlos is at the peak of fear. What are they going to do to me? Who are they? What will happen to me next? He's very scared. Because of this fear, his heart begins to beat very fast. Then he hears one of the two people standing there saying, "Oh my God, this is impossible." But again, from his chin, an object pierces one side to the other, increasing his pain. Carlos tries to get up, but can't. Now the sharp object is stabbed into his chin again, and it has taken out the other side. At the peak of pain, Carlos suddenly opens his eyes from his paralyzed state. When he opens his eyes, the light in front of him is very bright. But soon, his vision becomes a little clearer. He sees two people wearing face masks and glasses. Carlos looks at them in shock. He also sees a big needle in one of their hands with a thread hanging down to his chin, indicating they were stitching something. Carlos was not given any anesthesia. The two men are more shocked than Carlos and immediately step back. At the same time, Carlos, who had been paralyzed, is suddenly able to move. He looks down and is shocked to find himself naked on a table without any clothes. There is a Y line drawn starting from both sides of his neck. He looks beside him and sees a cutting machine ready on another metal table. Only then does Carlos clearly understand what is going on. Exactly one day before this, Carlos was driving his bike happily in Victoria City. He went straight and turned right at the end of the road. The second he took that right turn, Carlos was hit badly by an illegally parked truck. Carlos was thrown from his bike, flew a short distance, and fell to the ground with severe injuries. The paramedics who checked Carlos declared him dead on the spot. His body was taken to the mortuary. His clothes were removed, and he was placed on a metal table. A lock was set under his neck, his chest was lifted, and a Y line was drawn from both sides of his neck for an autopsy. When Carlos suddenly woke up, the two doctors were preparing to use the cutting machine on him. That's how the autopsy would be performed. But before they could start, they noticed blood actively bleeding from his chin, which should not be possible if Carlos were dead. One of the doctors said, "Oh my God, this is not possible," and they started stitching to stop the bleeding. Due to this severe pain, Carlos woke up. Seeing this, the doctors were shocked to find Carlos alive. They immediately informed Carlos's wife. Carlos remained there until his wife arrived. Carlos had terrible physical injuries from the accident and was mentally affected by this mortuary incident. Now he has completely recovered from all his physical and mental injuries and is leading a happy life. Here is the strange photo of Carlos holding his autopsy report in his hand. My dear viewers, how was this for you? Don't forget to comment below. If you like the effort I put into this video, please like the video and subscribe for more. I will see you in another video.